Hey, folks. I need to drink some water. I'm just leaving the endocrinologist because I'm on this journey to figure out what the health is going on. I've been on this quest for a couple years now, few years. Like, I was not getting anxiety attacks and panic attacks before. But in a nutshell, I know my electric body, my chakras, everything's like so charged. There's so much chi energy, so much kundalini. There's so much electromagnetic frequency inside of my glands. And so it's traumatizing to the physical body. It's great on the spiritual outlook of things, you know. It's nice to know. Do I have something here? Oh, because I was eating. Oh, it's acne. Yeah, so I was trying to get resources in terms of helping anxiety. I've really been trying to get this anxiety under control, but it just goes haywire. I've said this story so many times because I'm an athlete. I pushed my body to surpass fight or flight mode and to surpass the muscle fatigue. And it's down to a point where I only get literally, I sleep a good 9 hours, but in that 9 hours, I'm waking up 4 to 5 times. If that makes any sense. So I kind of technically haven't really been sleeping. It reminds me of that verse in the Bible: the wolves have dens and the birds have nests, but the Son of Man does not rest. So it kind of makes me feel comfortable, like, you know what? Jesus did this, so I can do it too. I'm good. I can hold on. Like, it's mind over matter. But with the incision process and everything going on, I can understand. It's like the magnetism of my body is just like, it is insane. Like, even my car engine's going, and I feel like I have to use that energy. I'm just trying to figure out how. Because if I don't utilize it, then I'm fighting it. And if I'm fighting it, then I'm only putting more distress on my body. And then that can be I don't want it to be a heart issue over time. Actually, it won't, because electricity feeds the heart. It gives the life force. So moving on with my whole situation and story and all that. So I'm on the road. I'm going to go visit my mom. But there was a thing today that I was in a conversation with 2 different people, and I love them. I really do. Like, I love them. And this is only going to stay on my YouTube platform because I try to just keep it generic with what I understand about the situation, but it's not my job and it's not my duty. Dude, you're about to hit this girl. It's not my duty to condemn anyone. Everyone has their own journey. I'm learning how to take care of my words of compassion when I speak to people. Like, I never want to depress anybody about what they believe, but I want to talk about celebrities and the entities of those celebrities that they idolize and worship. There's so many. Like, there's a connection allegedly to Beyonce and Oshun. Oshun is a goddess. She's Ethiopian. And even before Ethiopian got the name, and before it was, you know, a name of a country, there was a tribe. And I always talk about this tribe. They're called the Odu. The Oduwajai. And they believe, it's kind of the same story as the Anunnaki. There was the father, and the father had 2 twins, and the 2 twin brothers could not share the environment, so they created inverses and married their inverses, and so on and so forth. It's a long story. I can't break down the Odu right now, but when I get a chance, I'm going to actually play I'm actually getting internet today, like high speed. I'm so excited. So that way I can actually now step it up with not just my videos, but I can actually have, those screen shares and whatnot. Finally, yes, I'm stepping up. My download hiccup. So I want to share a lot about celebrity entities, and I'll go more in depth in a second video. But Madonna makes it no secret. She does Kabbalah. Her teaching is Kabbalah. Tom Cruise, Scientology, which kind of goes into a little bit of the Kabbalah, but there's not a lot of bumpy road. There's one more bump, y'all. I think. Anyways, and there is, most people are Catholic. There's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong. But what I discovered was there is a temple of Saturn, and where the temple of Saturn allegedly was placed was right over Rome. This is, it kind of plays into the old Greek god Saturn, who had, Juno as a son, and other sons and whatnot, and daughter. And that's where he left his, teaching and his remnants, and that's his paper trail, his ley line is in Rome. And it's kind of fascinating because you're like, oh, the Vatican's in Rome. So you're putting two and two together. I won't say the name of that group of people because I get nervous saying that name out loud, because I've said it before and funny things surround me. And then there's, you have the Jewish movement, which some people connect Zionism. Zion means God. People connect that to the Jewish practice. Not the Jewish practice, I'm sorry. It's more of the people who come out of the teachings of who run businesses. In the corporate world, that's what they're called. Our good old Uncle Joe Biden, he said, and I quote, "You don't have to be a Jew to be a Zionist. I could be a Zionist. Anybody could be a Zionist." That's what he said. But guess who they are in charge of? Entertainment, music. Everything you watch, everything you hear, they own it. Just like, Rothschild's bank, the Royals, and District of Columbia itself, pre-Columbian, all that. There's a different category of people on each thing. Like, there's just no way out of this Saturn frequency, is what I call it. Saturn's a very heavy, very strong, manipulative, and I don't know how they, in research, it looks, they have the word L or Del as the ruler of Saturn, which also points to Satan, because that is his paraphrasing El. This is why you have Elohim, and you have El, and you have Israel, and there's... But then also you have these archangels too. You have Raphael, Michael, Uriel, Faniel, Cassiel. Cassiel is the lead archangel of Chronos, Saturn. But anyways, so El is kind of like a fallen angel, right? Because there's the first part of the name has been, let's say, demonetized. For a lack of words. I don't want to cram too much into anyone's head, because from what I understand, it's all over the place. It was funny, the nurse who gave me, who did my blood test today, he was saying, like, "Are you one of those conspiracy theorists?" I'm like, "Yeah, fool. What about you?" And he's like, nah, I gotta have truth. I'm like, "How do you know the truth?" He was like, "I gotta have proof. If I see it, I believe it." He's like, "Conspiracy theories, if I can't see it, I don't know how to believe it." I'm like, you got some proof. You have a point. You have a point. I see you. You got a point. But in my stomach and in my heart, I have discernment, so I can feel when something's off. So I was trying to tell each different person today of the two, who don't really speak to each other, which is weird. They were talking about song lyrics, and they said the song really speaks to me. I want to share it with you. I'm like, oh, I don't want to hear that. Because every time I sing a song by an artist, I become part of a frequency. I become mixed into their, for lack of words, I'm mixed up all up in their Kool-Aid. Let's make it lighter. That's why a lot of times I feel like I have the panic and angst and anxiety on my body, because I'm in an energy field of this music from these people who channel Saturn. That's who they cater all their glory and attention to, and Saturn gives them rewards. Why do you think there's fame and money and what? Someone, or unless there's some smart aleck out there who lied to everybody about money, wealth, and power, and made these people worship something for no reason when they weren't supposed to, and pay them off. It's the same ideology. But it just makes me sad when I watch, like, I have a younger sister. She sings every song on the radio. I'm like, do you hear what they say? My younger brother, both they have different moms, but my younger brother, younger sister, my younger brother is a rapper. He really wants to rap. And I'm like, no, dude, don't sell your soul. He's like, I ain't selling my soul. I got this. Like, I'm strong. I'm like, no one is strong to take on a whole planetary frequency of Saturn. Nobody. This is why it's taking the divine, and it took Mary and Jesus, or whatever it is that you acknowledge in your spiritual growth. This is why it's taking them 3,000 years to gather and rapture so many people to understand what's going on in order to kick up a whole planet's ass, for lack of words. This is why this whole build-up, because it's been going down the wrong way. The law has been going the wrong way. Now, as I was saying in the last video, you have Yahweh, serpent. Serpent means reptilian. It means controlling. It means control, dominance. It means I'm falsifying myself as God. I'm not God, but I'm pretending to be God, and He's letting me do it. And then you had Enki, who's Sumerian, same category as Yahweh, and serpent. There's my confirmation. Anyways, it's just important to know history and to understand the pieces of the past, because it can help you understand what the control is going on. Like, I really tried to break one friend out of this control last night. We were on the phone for probably 2.5, 3 hours. And he was just going through, I think, a breakdown where he was just, everything that was in his mind was coming out, and it wouldn't stop. And then every time I would try to say something to comfort him, I haven't done the, what is it called? The AVP, where you do the, hi, everyone. You make the quiet noises and it helps you fall asleep. Is that AVP? Anyways, I was trying to do that with him yesterday, help him fall asleep. But he was just kind of reciting. He was backtracking mentally. But to me, it was an MK Ultra breakdown, because he has so many song lyrics in his head, and he loves song lyrics. This is why I'm very careful not to keep those bananas on my ears, and I'm listening to music all day. Like, music's okay. If it makes you feel good, it's fine. But when you feel like, oh, this song, I need to pop me a bottle of wine, I need to drink while the song is playing, and then I'm gonna go find me a little shakalaka tonight, and I'm gonna shack up with this person. That's all a frequency that song, the sound, and the artist, whatever they're channeling, is now possessed you. Possession's a hard thing. Some people are demon possessed. Some people are just spirit possessed. Spiritual possession is okay because sometimes we have attachments. We're around a lot of people all the time. Those attachments go away, you know, and then we end up purging, getting rid of it. Then the next one comes along. Here goes a download hiccup. I have to figure out you know what those mean, you guys? I don't know if you guys ever followed my video in the past, but see this big, huge, like, it looks like a dinosaur. Like, here's my Adam's apple, right? But below this thing, that's the thymus gland. And the thymus gland is protecting the thyroid. But that's your higher heart. It's your second heart. It's your sacred heart. So in Catholicism, they say sacred heart, and they go here, and there's a big heart with thorns. It's up here. This is your higher heart, your second heart. Because it's an organ that connects to the vagus nerve, and the vagus nerve controls your heartbeats per minute. Or if you're nervous, scared, it knows how to go fight or flight. It knows what to do so that you can stay alive. This is why your nerves and feelings get to you, or when you panic, it's all here. Your vagus nerve, VAGAS. So I've been studying and learning a lot and reading a lot, and I just feel like I have a movement now where I don't want to condemn singers, but we can't think that they're all on our side. Like, I was in a debate with someone, a positive debate. I love them. But they think that some musicians are, you know, working for the light. I'm like, not when they were indoctrinated in the very beginning of their career, signing a contract, allowing them to be under control for something. This is how they have their personalities. They're able to, and I never thought I would be recording a video about this stuff, because I'm like, not my channel. Leave it for the other people. Now it's in my timeline, because 2 people brought it to my timeline. And then someone sang a song by an artist, and I'm like, no, I don't want to hear those lyrics, no. And my guides are kind of cool too, because my guides know how to cut it off. So like a good friend of mine was sending me a recording of music playing in the background. And he was like, oh, this song reminds me of you, you should listen to the lyrics. Do you know that my guides are that powerful that that whole message said error, cannot play? And he was scared poopless, right? He was just like, how did you do that? I'm like, I didn't do it. I just gave my guides, you know. I gave a promise to my guides. Not a promise, but I made an agreement. I told them, step in. Stop waiting for me to respond to you. One cool thing that I did see today at my doctor's office, it was kind of weird. I saw like gold orbs. It was like all over her. So I was like, is this her? Is this the building? I didn't know what was going on. It was just like gold orbs. They were all over the place. It was so beautiful. It reminds me that the veil is down. The veil is down. We are going to start seeing things that we've never seen before. And if you're under this kind of control and possession, you're not going to be able to see it. Because the lyrics carry a frequency which mentally will control the electromagnetic pulses through your brain, your blood flow, and all that. And also what was weird too about, and I'll show this later, Saturn, the god in Greek mythology, had 2 wives. And I was like, that reminds me of Adam, like from the Garden of Eden. And I'm just making a theory. Like, you know, we don't really know if that was Yahuwah, the Old Testament God, or the Almighty Father that created Adam. But if Eve was created out of the rib of Adam, that would infer that it was genetically modified. So that would tell you it was Sumerian, or it would tell you it was Anunnaki. And God sent his own begotten son to break it up. Say, nope. No. Come on, people, snap out of it. And also with the Moses situation and the video I had yesterday, Moses and the being under control by the voices in his head. So you guys know every song lyric that you hear, they say voices in my head. Google it. Song lyrics, voices in my head, and you will see about 2,000 plus songs with the words voices in my head. Anyways, I'm over it. This is draining me already. But stay tuned for my part 2. I'll go through the whole thing by website link. I won't leave anything in the description box because I think it's best to show everybody versus tell you to click on a link in the description box. I'd rather do the work for you on this one because I feel like I have a duty to protect a lot of people and to keep them looking in the right positive direction. Remember The Lion King when Mufasa said, Simba, everything the light touches is yours. And Simba says, what about that dark place over there? He's like, you must never, never go to the Shadowlands. I know I'm in a new timeline. Did I not just get a lemonade from McDonald's? Ugh. And it's sad now. I want to go back because it tastes so good, the lemonade. I don't really eat McDonald's. I got fries too. I wanted to switch it up. I'm like, let me just timeline jump myself and do something different. Hopefully, maybe that's where I got acne from. Anyways, I know too much information, you guys. I need to let you go because this is a long video. I will have a part 2 and I'll make it much shorter later. All right, see you guys.